Bum ba bum bum ba 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 thought bomb. God, please don't keep that.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Thought Bomb, the pilot. I'm Alec. You can call me Al because you probably heard Alex, and that's upsetting to me.
I'm Thomas. You can call me Thomas because that is in fact my name.
I'm Antonio, and you can call me Tony.
And Tony. All right, that's cool. So what Thought Bomb is all about, we being the three of us, and maybe sometimes four, maybe sometimes five. It depends on how many people or how many voices we want, or guest star, I guess. I don't know. Thought Bomb is a world-building podcast. We're here to introduce concepts, characters, and topics every single episode, and it all starts from this episode. And as we build these concepts, we will actually keep track of everything that we allow to enter our world. Like 3 different concepts will be introduced every episode, but then if we don't like a concept, if we think a concept would be too OP to introduce into our world, or if it's just too ineffective or way too effective, we might rule it out. So the continuity of our world that we build here on Thought Bomb kind of stays not so much mundane, but stays at least
In a manageable
so we can exactly. So we can manage. For the first episode, let's go ahead and get it started. I think you have the idea down. We're just building a world from the ground up, adding in concepts from tons of other fandoms. It's going to be exciting stuff. So, Tony, what are you introducing to this Thought Bomb? I think we should actually discuss...
But we need to discuss setting
first,
right?
absolutely. So I won't jump ahead there. So the setting of Thought Bomb, is it going to be this medieval world, this high sci-fi world, or is it going to be this modern world? I would like to put on the table the suggestion that it's a modern-based world, because that way we can relate. We can go, like smartphones are a thing that exists, so people can fucking tweet about the things that are happening in our Thought Bomb.
Yeah, no, I could get behind that. Here's an idea. What if, you went back to medieval, right? But what if you go even further back? What if we're doing like caveman prehistoric era shit?
Like this, so for instance, if that happened, then I guess that'd be cool, because like our cave drawings would be like the most ridiculous. We'd find the most ridiculous shit on our cave drawings. Like, what if we?
Okay, they discovered fire, and then predators showed up.
Yeah, and now they're drawing like fucking
laser cannons. I like the idea of the modern one because it's still, we're cool enough that we can tweet, but at the same time, aliens will still scare us if.
Oh, that they show, absolutely. Yeah. If an alien came down today and looked out the window,
I would piss my pants, man.
Like it would be a combination of both piss and shit, probably. If it happened in the morning, because I've done neither of those two activities. Yes.
Because they're either going to enslave us or kill us.
That's the only. There's no medium. Like if aliens show up, they're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna mow you down."
Where does probing fall? Is probing not like in the middle there, like enslave?
They'll probably
kill,
keep a few for breeding purposes.
Yeah, I think for scientific specimens, and let's be real about ourselves at this table. None of us would be fit for the probing, right? We're not the perfect human beings,
Speak for yourself, man.
Like they.
I mean, that's fair. Antonio would be probed. Tony's getting probed.
I would put on this table that Antonio would be the first amongst us 3 to be probed, but like you put it against like Channing Tatum.
No, like Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he would be picked first, right?
I mean, why not both?
Well, then I feel like the way you're talking about the highest point of like human perfection, and the lowest point, you're already tossing Antonio under the fucking bus, and I get behind that, Thomas.
Okay. So modern setting.
I feel like we don't have any like disregard against it, right?
No, that's fine.
Like modern setting.
I like it.
Here's a question though. So is it a complete mirror of our world? Like, is New York City a thing? Is Russia, is North Korea something that we're considering?
I'm
or
not
are we just
going
like modern era?
I'm not going to pretend to be like to know my geography very well. I once, in place of a geography question, answered "peel a deer." It's a true story. And
Peel a deer.
Yeah, that was an actual answer because I did not know the geography question. So, I imagine it could probably a parallel world, right? So when you say, "Oh shit, China's a thing," and America's thing, but then if Gotham gets introduced, like Gotham's obviously not anywhere specific in the comics. It's just a city on a bay.
Gotham is like right on the edge of Lake Michigan.
Yeah, like it's just one of those things. So for our setting, I'm gonna go ahead and put down.
Does that mean we have a
modern
multiverse already? Like, is there like, can we
mirrored
open parallel universes and?
Ed, go ahead and put mirrored. A setting is like or there's a setting on the screen. Go ahead.
Oh, it just happened
Yeah,
right there.
Right there, it did it again. So it's a mirror dimension of Earth, of modern society, and we know everything we know now. So did we land on the moon? I don't know. That's real thought.
Does the moon actually exist?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is the world flat? That's a real debate that's happening in 2017. So that's a real debate that's happening right now in 2017 in our Thought Bomb universe. And then, you know what happens? Tony, what happens in our universe? What happens in Thought Bomb now? What is the first concept you want to bring to this table to help construct Thought Bomb?
I've thought on it for a few, and I think I'm going to choose Oscorp.
Ooh, Oscorp.
So, okay. So Oscorp is just Oscorp in general.
Yeah, it's just in
It's
there.
the concept of Oscorp, like the genetic spice and stuff. We don't necessarily have to have Harry or Norman Osborn.
No, it's just it's Oscorp. Like it's just it's a foundation founded in 1922. It's just it's like a Rothschild shit where they just kind of always existed.
Yeah,
and
old
now,
money and like a super high R&D department. They're at the forefront of medicines and pharmaceuticals, and
They got their hands in all the cookie jars.
Oh yeah.
I like this because this introducing Oscorp can lead to a ton of heinous shit. Like that means that since Oscorp, like the building, right? You're talking about like not just the company, but the building too, like Oscorp Tower. Oh, like that has to fucking exist because because that means it's just any average Joe, like in our universe, can walk in, get bit by a fucking radioactive spider, and become our universe's Spider-Man.
You're right.
At any point.
Oh yeah, that opens the door for a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it does. Like that means that eventually, Wilson Fisk could walk, or any version of that really could. Hey, let's start building some spider robots.
Or the symbiote could get designed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the symbiote gets thrown in there. All of your Sinister Six Spider-Man villains all have ties to Oscorp.
At the point of eventuality,
Yeah.
like for instance, so there's a rule here at Thought Bomb. It's called the 101. So. The rule, I guess we don't really have guidelines or rules necessarily, but I guess the one thing, the foundation upon this rock is the 101. And the 101 is this rule to where when someone at the table introduces a concept, we have to accept it in its entirety. So we can't put any preconceived conditions on this concept. So when he says this, Oscorp exists, like, oh shit, so that has like the potential for anyone to walk into Oscorp Tower, get bit by the radioactive spider and create them, make Spider-Man. And also, like, you're right, the Sinister Six could get a hold of their, technologies.
Absolutely.
So
super easy.
That's pretty interesting. I
dig it.
I like that. Okay. And so Oscorp Tower. Well, actually, in the movies, it's in New York, right?
Yeah, it's in New York.
It's in New York, okay. So for shits and giggles, let's just say it's in New York. If we want to move it later, we'll just move it around, whatever.
Okay, cool.
All right, so yeah, it's not really specific. So we have Oscorp Tower. Okay, I'm okay with Oscorp. That's an interesting.
Oh yeah, that's
concept,
really
yeah.
awesome. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Good job, Tony.
So Oscorp is here, and people are tweeting right now. They're like, "Man, is the Earth flat?" And Oscorp has released probably 100 different articles about why the Earth isn't flat. And then what happens?
And then they decide just to prove to all of you flat earthers out there that the world isn't flat. Here's some fucking dinosaurs. All right, Oscorp invents and creates Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Boom. Just wrap it up. Thought bomb over.
The sinister overtones are already there.
I was going to say that. I swear to God, I was just about to say that. So
it's so brilliant.
So inner continuity now. We have Oscorp creating Jurassic Park. Man.
All of Long Island just becomes Jurassic Park. It's right there.
You know what?
That's
not a bad. All right, like fucking the X-Men movie, they have that prison island. I forget what it's called.
Rikers Island.
Yeah.
Rikers Island.
And that's like right off in New York,
Jurassic
right?
Park.
Because the Golden Gate Bridge is like right there, right?
It's kind of like an Arkham City.
Yeah, kind of like Arkham City deal. So like that's perfect. That'd be perfect. So Jurassic Park opens. So does it open like right now, like in 2017, or is it a thing that was established before, back in like 1990s?
No. We're talking like September 26th of 2017, Jurassic Park, that shit is just opening. They have like flyers.
Sponsored by Oscorp.
Exactly, right? So you hear all the radio commercials, see all the spotlights on TV of, hey, come to Jurassic Park, sponsored by Oscorp.
Oh my god.
But that brings another question to the table, like, to get all these, dinosaurs up, this genetic, tampering that's been going on with, wouldn't that affect how the genetic tampering they would be doing in Oscorp? Like, wouldn't they be doing it more with dinosaurs instead of,
Oh, arguably, 100%. Like, right now, they would be... Well, Oscorp is already has been working on, insects and animal DNA splicing and trying to work with genetics to help, like, the lizard even comes about through working through Oscorp.
Absolutely.
Like, and he's looking at lizards. Man, they regenerate. I need an arm. And then he gives himself an arm.
So we were saying Kurt Connors here just comes in and is like, you know what? This lizard thing was pretty fucking cool.
But
dinosaur.
No, exactly. Like he was like, I need an arm.
Yeah.
But why not open a park of prehistoric lizards? Because he's already studying lizards, so he could have been like the founding father of this whole Jurassic Park thing. And then Osborn was like smoking his fucking cigar, like, that's a fantastic fucking idea. You're hired.
Absolutely. Said Jurassic Park, right on Rikers Island, outside of New York.
Right there. That's
Take
incredible.
a ferry on over there.
You would
see
have to.
pterodactyls flying in the distance.
So it's not yet okay. So you know how Jurassic World, it was like a theme park. Well, all of them are kind of theme.
Yeah,
parks.
like
they're
Jurassic
all supposed
Park.
to be theme parks, right?
Yeah, they're all theme parks.
Yeah, it's just that Jurassic World was like a play off of Disney World, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole shtick. Okay, so you just call it Jurassic Park. We're not getting crazy. We're not like saying, hey, this is better than Disney. This is not Jurassic World.
No,
but
I'm pretty confident Oscorp's sitting around being like, yeah, this is better than Disney.
But we're not gonna fucking show our biggest guns and say this is Jurassic World.
Oh no. We're not Jurassic World. Yeah.
No.
We're just
that's their second
baseline.
location for
Exactly.
opening. Okay, so we have
open down in like Florida or something.
So this would be huge. Jurassic Park, like you said, you'd hear it all over the radio. You'd hear there'd be so many people.
I'm taking my kid.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, 100%.
Taking my kid
Yeah,
to
you
Jurassic
have
Park.
to.
Oh, I mean, the first time you'll see dinosaurs in
History ever. So so obviously everything that happens in 2017 is not without a good conspiracy, right?
Okay.
So it's not without some good leaks. Like, you can't even look up anything for Star Wars Episode 8 right now for fear of it being spoiled, right? Because people are like, oh, this is just leaked. Rey is the daughter of
My boss, no joke,
Force,
my boss
yeah.
sends me at least one email a week about another Star Wars Episode 8 fan theory.
And they're all ridiculous.
They're all insane. And so I'm, trying not to have anything spoiled for me, so I have to very carefully choose, because he never puts a subject line on it. So I have to be like, okay, is this an email about my actual job performance? Or is this a fucking Star Wars fan theory?
Am I fired, or is Mace Windu Snoke?
I swear if I hear that again, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
So, bringing it all back, that just proves my point. The tangent we just went on proves my point. 2017, everything's heated. It's not without a good leak, right?
Absolutely.
So how secretive was Jurassic Park before its opening debut?
I'm thinking, you remember all the promotion they did for Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield movie, where you didn't know jack shit about what you were going to see.
Yeah, you just saw the movie because whatever.
Just massive concrete walls went up one year, or a few years ago, and that's all you've seen since.
That's
You've heard, the residents of New York, it felt like some rumbling, all this, helicopters flying around Rikers Island.
Strange animal noises.
And it'd be interesting because, the whole establishment of Jurassic Park, obviously it had to take years to build, right? Obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Decades of research. And it would obviously go against real things like that. That could... elections, that would affect elections, whether locally, national elections.
Attraction.
Yeah, it is a $1 billion attraction. Like, anyone who... So, obviously, Osborn sponsoring this, did they go out and have other people invest in this? Or like, hey, here's a super black market deal you can get on and help us sponsor this and take some stocks in the Jurassic Park.
A good businessman would never find his whole fortune on one business.
Right.
I feel like Osborn definitely has controlling interest in Oh God, maybe he doesn't though. Maybe he doesn't even. So he doesn't want the fallback when Jurassic Park the shit hits the fan. He doesn't want that to come back on him. So maybe he does have
like a minor partner, like a head partner, like a base.
A minor partner.
Minor partner. Got air quotes. Minor partner. Okay. So we have this Jurassic Park. concrete walls, 100 feet high, came around this Long Island, right? An island that represents that. And now, like, when they just released, like, tomorrow, come to Jurassic Park, because we have dinosaurs. And, like, that's their slogan. Like, who cares? Like, what the fuck? They have real dinosaurs? And people are like, yeah, real dinosaurs. And, like, they show pictures on Facebook. Like, what happened? What was their advertisement?
So I think their advertisement, or like going back to the Cloverfield thing, like I was saying earlier, when Cloverfield, when that movie was trying to garner some interest into it, right? They had like this whole conspiracy website trying to figure out what is Cloverfield, and they weren't releasing like true movie trailers. They were releasing like
Footage, like
kind of like from God, that one movie where the teens are running all around the woods.
Blair Witch Project.
Yes, they were releasing Blair Witch Project style of videos, giving you like maybe like that's the monster's toe or whatever, just to give you like
viral clips.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I think they're doing a lot of viral marketing, Blair Witch style.
Well, that's all 2017 is. It's like it's
Absolutely,
viral
man.
marketing, and like, and that'd be perfect. So, Oscorp sponsors Jurassic Park in New York City. It's the biggest attraction. Obviously, it's a smash hit. I mean, come on,
Oh, obviously.
fucking real. That opened like right down the road.
There's also people protesting it though.
Oh, 100%. Once
got
they find
PETA
out,
out there.
yeah. Once people find out, I was just about to get into that. Once people find out about this, they're like, dinosaurs? Really? Imagine just the fallout of announcing such a thing. Like, yeah, we genetically engineered dinosaurs to be theme park attractions. Like,
You got your suburban moms being like, "Oh, my kid ain't going around no dinosaurs."
oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it's against God, right? We play
yeah,
God, and
absolutely.
that's actually the overarching theme of Jurassic Park too. Is like, you know, man, we're fucking with genetics. The dinosaurs were meant to be extinct, and now we're bringing them back in modern age because we think we're smart enough to control them. Hence Jurassic World, when we obviously could not control. Like, why would they? Who was behind that idea? We're like, well, we gotta. Like, T-Rexes just aren't scary enough. There's gotta be something bigger. There's gotta be something better.
Let's try it again.
Let's try it again. Like, they did 3 movies, and then they opened a world, and they're like Velociraptor with the T-Rex.
To be fair, Jurassic Park 3, like that was a quality movie. That was
Let's be fair.
was the second
All right,
best one.
Like, if I'm gonna be a super jaded fan right now, there's only like one Jurassic Park I truly accept, and that's the first one because it was shot like a horror film. The rest of them were like, let's get action packed and then have some bullshit stories. Like, was it the second one has that mysterious island that was also a Jurassic Park?
No, that's the third one. The second one is where the T-Rex is like going around in New York, right?
Yeah, they take it home. The hunter comes in and like
Yeah.
his
Wait,
mom's there.
was that Jurassic Park 2?
That was
Yeah.
Jurassic World. That was the second one. The third one is where they have like the adjacent island
And they go to save their son.
Oh,
because they were like
okay.
paragliding out there.
God, they all blur together. That's how you know they're bad movies. Like, just the two sequels.
No.
The 2 sequels. The first
We knew
one's
what they were
good.
talking
Jurassic
about.
Park 3 is the bomb diggity, man.
Is it
It's
Bob
a really
Diggity?
intense movie.
Really?
I like it.
I have to watch it. I haven't
You gotta
watched
rewatch it.
It's
I
not
watched
bad.
it thinking it was awful.
No.
I don't know why it has
Jurassic
such a,
Park 3 is
such a,
quality.
Yeah, because
a
like
bad
the
connotation.
Raptors were super smart, but they're not like OP still.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like that new Jurassic World, you know, with Chris Pratt where he's like riding velociraptors through
Yeah,
everything. Like
that's
that shit's not happening.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
okay.
too much.
Way too much.
You know they'd snatch his ass off that dirt bike.
So, alright, so we have these 2 great concepts introduced into Thought Bomb. It's already starting. I can see it in my head. Like the advertisements, the conspiracies behind Oscorp having some sort of sinister undertone that's involved in this whole thing. Like, oh, they're just trying to make a quick $1 billion. Like, no, there's...
$1 billion.
Yeah. But obviously, we know that the Osborns are not there just for money making. They're there to change the world. So allow me to introduce my concept.
Okay. Bring it home. Bring it home.
At this moment in time, the day the Jurassic Park opens, John Connor is sent back in time
Oh my God.
to prevent the end of the world.
John.
Which
Connor.
means, eventually, at one point in this story, Oscorp is responsible for not only Jurassic Park, but Skynet that ends Earth in whatever fucking year that happens in Terminator.
I have it.
2018.
Like, John Connor's just like a mailman. Like, it's his career. So, like, in 2018, he's just like, you won't go back in time and save the world? I guess so. Like,
I have it. So he comes back to prevent a terrorist attack at Oscorp.
Yeah, or we don't even specify it. Like we're just John Connor now becomes like because we have two concepts. We don't have a character to move around in our new world to be within this gigantic playground we're going to create. I thought about it. I thought about this since we discussed it. John Connor would be there because he's not OP as fuck. He's just a normal dude with like military tactics, right? So he knows how to shoot a gun, throw grenades, hand-to-hand combat. But he's a man, so he has fear. He was afraid that Skynet's going to destroy the world, that he's not good enough. So he's not good enough to stop this threat, which is why he needs to go back and save Sarah Connor, right? Like that's the whole point. So he's back here for an unspecified reason. All he knows is that at one point in time, Oscorp is responsible for Skynet, which in turn is responsible for the end of the world. So this is really tragic. Like we're just building this world just to destroy it. Or is it? Or do we save our world that we build? Through John Connor and every other ridiculous concept we introduced to our story.
John Connor could be our Spider-Man.
John Connor walks into Oscorp, gets bit by a fucking radioactive spider. No, oh god, no. John Connor walks into Oscorp, right? No, he walks in Jurassic Park. He gets bit by a radioactive velociraptor. What happens to John Connor?
Dino Man.
Dino Man. Grows
a tail, epic claws.
Okay, all right. So real quick, hold on. I want to back both these ideas, but we don't have two John Connors. All right. So we have John Connor, this guy who's from a post Armageddon world, or a signature Armageddon world.
Yeah.
Okay, and he is sent back in time because he is told by the intelligence that's in the future. You gotta go back to 2017. Oscorp opens the debut of Jurassic Park. That is the fucking oracle, the catalyst to the end of the world. So John Connor is back here in the normal world. People are fucking tweeting about Jurassic Park, and he's like, I know nothing of this world. It's so different. And in my world, we have like super like 1980s machine guns. Like it's a used future,
Yeah.
So that means at some point we blast ourselves back to the 80s in the future.
It's probably just a fad.
There you go.
So you know what I mean? Having John Connor in this already stirs some things up. There's already questions. You mentioned at the beginning of the episode there'd be sinister undertones just by opening Jurassic Park alone. So John Connor sent back in time to prevent whatever the ultimate idea is that the Oscorp, the Oscorp chaperones and brings in and reigns with terror, right? I mean, obviously he's the wealthiest man in the world after this idea, right? We're talking like Bill Gates times 10. Because China would back this.
What can John Connor do against that, though?
He's just a normal. He's your everyman. That's why he's such a good hero. It's not like we're sending Link from Hyrule to the future through the Master Sword. He's not a hero. It's not like we're having when first discussing Thought Bomb, you mentioned maybe Saitama could have been our police force. To help. If something gets too out of control, we one punch him and.
So what I'm hearing is John Connor gets bit by a radioactive Saitama.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
No,
Jesus.
No, what I'm saying is that John Connor's our perfect first hero, our first character to introduce in the story because he's your everyman. He's just a good-looking, handsome guy that is...
He is good-looking.
Yeah, he is good-looking, right? He's a good-looking, handsome dude who knows hand-to-hand combat, knows how to fire a gun, and knows how to throw grenades. And at some point in time...
Terminators can equal dinosaurs.
That's what I'm saying.
Hard to kill live.
At some point, this also opens the door since we can only introduce one concept at a time to future prospects. Like, what else would they send back in time to stop John Connor from unraveling the future that Skynet wanted, or whoever the fuck we create to be in place of Skynet?
Yeah. So I could see John Connor being able to kill a dinosaur.
Yeah, right. Because he would.
You can kill Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can kill a dinosaur.
Yeah, you can kill a dinosaur. Like he could pick him. He could be that character at the end of the movie with the the RPG, and he's like, you need to shoot it in the mouth now. And then the girl character has a flare, throws it in the mouth so he can see in the darkness, and then fire that shit. Boom, blam, and the fucking dinosaur goes down, and it's the slow kiss at the end, and everyone's applauding.
Oh, then you realize that the dinosaur had baby dinosaurs that had to care for.
And then there's a sequel.
Yeah. It's basically like Samus and Metroid type shit, right? Just instead of...
Samus being a great character just pop up in this
Absolutely.
shit.
Just John Connor's now raising this baby dinosaur that...
hypothetically, Oscorp could be responsible for Metroids. Like, they found aliens.
Oh, yeah,
brought
totally.
them back, it's just...
it's just something they could genetically engineer.
Absolutely. So this leaves the door open to a lot of shit. So this is why John Connor sent back in time, because on this day, the day of Thought Bomb, the debut of Jurassic Park.
The day of Thought Bomb.
John Connor sent back in time to, because there's something here in the foundations of this world that we just created that can prevent Armageddon, the apocalypse of the future. So that being said, you were saying that we talked about anyone could just walk into Oscorp and get bit by the radioactive spider and become Spider-Man, right? Like when you toss that idea of John Connor, that's incredible. So now he's like a superhero in this world. All of a sudden, I feel like it needs a little bit more story to it than that. Like, is he looking in Oscorp for information? First, he would have to go find Oscorp, all right? Because he's just
it's not terribly hard to find.
Because a huge building.
Yeah.
But was he sent back in time because of Skynet, or because they said Oscorp specifically? What if he's back here looking for the foundations of Skynet? What if he doesn't know Oscorp?
Oh, he doesn't know that it's actually Oscorp because Oscorp has all the different people on the board.
Exactly. It could be just one person, and Osborn creates Skynet eventually. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that would be it, because like Skynet destroys the future, right? So he goes back in time to save the future from Skynet, but he got the shit end of the stick, and it doesn't exist yet. That's the thing.
So he's got to figure out who's gonna create Skynet, and so he's investigating all the top.
Well, remember, it was the. Hold on. I had to watch the movies. There's already going to be a disclaimer. This is loosely based off of the knowledge that we have. Put the disclaimer up there, Ed. So
I watched Terminator back in 1999.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in honest to God years, but isn't the black guy in the second movie? He's responsible for Skynet, right? That's
he develops the AI.
He develops the AI, and then that's the catalyst, right? Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. There's someone in Oscorp who's the catalyst, and they could be just a good guy, They could be.
So Okay, so John Connor comes back from the future, right? And keep in mind this is a mirror world. He's not going after Oscorp. He's going after Google. Oh, that's where he's gonna go first.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Google probably helped fund Jurassic Park.
Did they though? Because I feel no, that's fair. Google probably did, but who didn't? Elon Musk. He had nothing to do with Jurassic Park. Yeah, he was like, you guys are out of your mind. Well, dinosaurs gonna kill people.
Well, like I said, how this would impact elections too. Like the conservative candidate would have to be against Jurassic Park, right?
Or in favor of bigger guns in order to fight the dinosaurs.
But see, I feel like that's how they could spin it. But I feel like at first, the Republican candidate would just be, no, Jurassic Park's a terrible idea.
Would they though? Because it's also creating jobs.
But underneath,
right? Government, stay out of my Jurassic Park, government.
Let me build it. You're actually it could be spun either way. They could be like, this is not the right thing. Dinosaurs do not need to be running around New York City. And then that's when they're like, they're not running around New York City. They're running around their park. Get the fuck out of my park, government. Let me run my business.
I think
that's the whole
up front they would be like, oh no, we don't back this. But underneath, billions of dollars in exchange, the government's hands going to be
exactly. It would be so cool to see a presidential election in this world now. People will be asking about what's your stance on Jurassic Park and the successful genetic splicing of DNA, right? In general, the candidates would have so much. I guess it would be such a stressful world to live in.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you answer that correctly?
Well, see, what you do is you say, well, I think that if we could explore this genetic splicing more. Not only could we figure out, how to create bigger dinosaurs, but we could also figure out a way to cure cancer, to regrow limbs, aka the lizard, and all
the lizard just
focus in combat though. Like people, this is for our veterans. You could spend that political campaign if you spun it in that direction.
Yeah, you could. We could keep our veterans safe through genetic splicing.
Give them a chance to walk again.
That'd be legit. That'd be cool. That'd win you the presidency.
Yeah, it would, man.
This is huge. That just leans back on how powerful Oscorp is in this world that we're creating. They are seriously, when you watch Hollywood movies and there's that just honest to God that evil corporation that's evil for the sake of being evil, like the company in Avatar, right? It's just they're evil for no other reason other than to be the evil, super hyped up CEO ran, private military. Yeah, private military, that's what Oscorp. We effectively just created that right now in this universe.
Is it though? Because I feel like Osborn, who I assume would come in with Oscorp, is much more behind the scenes. He's low key evil,
He's like Lex
still-
Luthor evil. He's like
Yeah,
low-key-
he's like Lex Luthor
yeah,
evil.
yeah.
Like,
People love
Osborn
him.
could probably get elected president.
100. Well, you know,
In this world.
Lex Luthor gets elected president.
He does.
Yeah, at some
He
point
does.
in time, he does. And that's interesting. That's a horrible thought. But
And
having
he ends up in
Osborn,
control of Superman, right?
well, yeah, I think he regulates Superman.
Regulates
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah. I don't think he necessarily controls him, but I don't know.
You kind of put like a superhero act in order, like they did.
Well, yeah, like well, obviously there would have to be some sort of act in place to make this legal, right?
Absolutely.
To
You have
make-
to have a limit on genetics.
Yeah,
splicing,
you
right?
would have to have it. Otherwise, otherwise, Oscorp now breeding dinosaurs and creating dinosaurs, they could do anything.
See, and I think under like in underground they really get there are no it's a blank check because the government's like here, you can help soldiers, you can build super soldiers, super soldiers all this fat
You can
government
find the
contract.
secret to immortality,
Yeah,
essentially.
like-
You see,
through
but
genetic
that's
splicing.
also where I feel like this obviously becomes some sort of dim, dark gray area. The reason why Jurassic World worked in the film with Chris Pratt was because they said nothing about the universe in which they were established. Jurassic World was a thing, and they were just going to the bigger and better theme, right? And the bigger and better exhibit.
Absolutely.
But in our world, we have this foundation and this I guess this political like wariness that's surrounding Jurassic Park. So people go in, it's successful because no matter what the fucking Fox News and media and CNN say, people go to Jurassic Park. Tickets are sold. People go to this
Oh, yeah,
theme
they're
park.
sold out every day.
So every day they're
Booked in
sold.
advance for
They're
months.
booked in advance for months. They would have now. Are we getting fucking crazy to where the Andromedus Rex comes in, or no? We're just normal ass
Yeah, we're
dinosaurs.
just chilling. Just normalized
Normal,
dinosaurs.
normal ass dinosaurs until
We're
we
not
push
mixing
the envelope.
DNA yet.
You know how in the Mummy movies with Brandon Fraser.
I love those
Those are
movies.
incredible movies, by the way. I'm gonna go on record and say those are incredible movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how there's like the Scorpion King and shit. Like,
Okay, well now you're talking about like the shittiest version.
no, but I'm
of-
just saying. No, I'm
of
just saying. But
this
you know,
fantastic franchise.
it's so,
You guys remember this great franchise? Remember when it really started to suck?
I'm just saying in general. That's like what they'd be trying to get after, right? That
Yeah.
trying to achieve these hybrid forms. So we have this like overscale. There's like this.
So that definitely
story.
has to be done behind the scenes. Like, on the up and up, there's going to have to be regulations on DNA splicing, right?
Absolutely, there has to be, and once it becomes a thing,
So that the people, like the general populace, is at ease. Like, okay,
They
yeah, we
feel
have dinosaurs.
comfortable. Yeah.
That's really cool, but the government says they're not going any further than that, and I can trust them.
Or-
Like, they have to have that security.
Maybe that's a reason Oscorp is doing that. Like they put the regulations on, so Oscorp is the only one that can do it to make the monopoly out of it.
I like that idea.
Wait, I just had an awful idea. So
Which is good for us.
Yes. Oh God, no, this is terrible. I might start crying. So they patent DNA splicing, right? But
Okay.
people are still gonna want in on this cash cow that Oscorp's got going. So you got these scientists that are just trying to do like their own version of it, and then you get like a Full Metal Alchemist type of dog daughter shit going on, man.
Oh, it's like the Chimera.
Yeah, like the Chimera
Oh,
from
God.
Full Metal Alchemist,
Oh,
and
no.
it's so depressing.
Like, well, it's like you're saying, like obviously there's drudges within the great machine that is Oscorp, right? These no face, no name scientists that are just working. Fucking,
Of course, that's where all the
9
Spider-Man
to
villains come
5,
from.
right? And they fucking hate their jobs, but they're there because they're making a decent amount of money. It's Oscorp, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
hate what they're working on. Some of them may even be religiously against what Oscorp's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they take, like you said, like from work, they look around all sleazy and shit with their long ass white coats, and they fucking take shit and start shoving into their robes. And since they're not part of the entire company, since there's other people that work on this shit, they go home and try to manufacture it themselves. Like maybe they have a daughter who doesn't have a leg, and their insurance
This is
won't
the
pay for it.
exact plot of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Jamie Foxx becomes Electro.
And that was Iron Man.
Is
Throw
it real?
that
Oh,
out
yeah,
right there.
That was
what
Iron
I'm
Man
throwing
3 because the vice president's daughter doesn't have a leg in Iron Man 3.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. All right, so it would happen even by comic standards. It would happen.
Absolutely.
You would have this guy who's like, they can manufacture dinosaurs. Well, if they can grow dinosaurs out of nothing, I can grow my daughter's leg back. And then he goes back and fucking creates a really sad chimera.
Oh man. Yeah.
Moment of silence
Moment of
for
silence.
the Full Metal Alchemist girl.
Kill me, Edward.
Oh, that's just.
So sad, man.
R.I.P.
Like I said, it was a terrible thought. Terrible.
It was a
but it's
terrible-
going to happen.
But
Like,
what you're right. Imagine all the publicity would be great. The publicity would be great for Oscorp. I mean, bad publicity is still publicity. I feel
Absolutely.
like that's what they would kind of roll on.
Well, once they hit the
eventually.
public market, like the public IPO, and started getting traded, the stocks would be automatically top 5 in the Fortune 500.
But do you think the world would allow this to happen?
Jurassic Park?
Yeah. Once it hits, because it's done in secret. It's too late. They've opened it. What's today's date? It's September.
It opens tomorrow. Jurassic Park opens tomorrow. September 26th.
September 26th. Okay, so tomorrow it's too late. Tomorrow's too late. It's open. And China sees this. It becomes a global phenomenon. Russia, Germany.
So they don't like that. Like if we have the only company in the world
that can
do this, like that has huge implications, right? That's gonna potentially put the country at war, which is just going to be a catalyst for Oscorp developing all these the military applications to the genetic splicing.
And I feel like like you said, military implications. I feel like that would somehow, like they'd have to have the theme park would be so diverse and so complex that there would have to be some sort of ultimate AI running everything, right? They'd have to have
coming back to Skynet.
Yeah, they'd almost have to have, and I would like to introduce an idea now.
To maintain a microclimate in New York, though.
I'm just thinking. Have you guys seen the movie I, Robot with Will
Oh yeah,
Smith,
of course. I watch that every night before I go to sleep.
So no, Vicky. It's Vicky.
Yeah.
So how Vicky, like she's the the overall arching villain, right? But she's not really evil. It's just it's her programming.
logic,
It's her logic. It's her programming. I believe that this would be the foundation for something like that, which is kind of what Skynet is, right? Skynet's kind of like Vicky, and then obviously there's some inspiration pulling either which way there, and the whole world would look upon Jurassic Park, and they'd be like, man, we gotta top that.
Oh yeah.
We have to, because that's the norm now. Tomorrow, 2017, this is a real thing. That's scary. But I'd fucking go. I'd be the first one on that ferry. $60 a ticket. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Oh man.
I'd be on that ferry, dude, and I'd be seeing them dinosaurs. The three horns, long necks.
Brontosaurus.
What else did
Yeah. Let's use the big people names.
Yeah, well, I watched Land Before Time, baby. All right, like I don't know who this. I had a debate about what a three-horn was actually called, and so we went to a toy store yesterday. I went with Katie and her sisters, and we went in there. And we didn't know what the names was, so we looked at dinosaur toy tags to see, and they just called them big old dinosaurs and like large dinosaur. Like they didn't have the actual names.
Dumbing down of our country.
I know, and it made me sad because I still don't know the name of that one.
Triceratops.
Triceratops,
because they have 3 horns.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does.
And then you mentioned one.
Brontosaurus is a long neck.
Brontosaurus.
Or the Apatosaurus. They're very similar.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, they were. This is turning into a dinosaur podcast, by the way. For a while, they were the same.
Well, it's your fault for introducing Jurassic Park.
That is my fault.
95% of that movie is dinosaurs. 5% is Jeep chase scenes.
Oh, that 5% is fantastic, though. For a while, Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus were the same classification until I believe it was 2015, where they uncovered a fossil that was different, like ever so slightly, from what they were classifying as the Apatosaur and Brontosaur, and so they had to reintroduce the classification.
Well, that's Thought Bomb, folks. It's both ridiculous and educational.
There you go.
Right there. It's nice having a teacher at the table.
It is.
So, moving forward now. Tomorrow is today. It opens. It's obviously wildly successful.
Obviously.
I'd like to think... I mean, it gets all types of publicity, man. Mm-hmm. Just listening to... I just imagine what Fox News would say about Jurassic Park is almost hilarious. I could laugh.
Does it have a great first day opening?
Oh,
Does somebody accidentally die first day?
See... Is it like and God rest his soul, rest in peace, Harambe. Is it like a Harambe situation to where they had to put down a dinosaur because the little fucking kid just climbed up in that shit and dropped in?
It runs smoothly.
It runs smoothly. Like, since you introduced the idea, so Thomas, have final say. One-on-one this shit. Is it a successful first day, or does a fellow Harambe die?
I think is a
Harambe of
successful
dinosaurs.
first year. I think it's completely successful for the first year because people
deaths?
No deaths.
They regulate that shit.
Exactly, because
Okay.
security, they are on fucking point, dude.
Okay, so no, even like black market secret deaths.
There's
Were they covered up?
rumor. I was thinking about that. Rumors of a death, but it got scraped under the table.
Potentially.
Scientist got his arm bit off, or he got bit in half, bisected. Or
But I think that it is, at least as far as the media is concerned, I think it is successful, a complete success, for so long until they start relaxing on security, and then that's when shit starts.
All right, so I'm gonna put this motion forward. John Connor has to blend in. We'll roll to 2017 and becomes a security staff
Absolutely.
in Jurassic Park.
I dig it.
Right? Come on, that has to be his profession. He's gonna make an income once he understands how 2017 works. He's homeless for a while, then realizes he need to get this slow time job. He starts running concessions, and he gets to know somebody in Jurassic Park. Now, a year later, he's part of the security staff.
Yep.
All right,
He's
so
done.
this would introduce him into our world, potentially Oscorp, who is potentially responsible for Skynet.
When we know it's actually Google.
when it's actually, when
there
it's
could be like
actually
an
Google.
underground network of like tunnels and stuff under the bay. They go to Oscorp Labs that he can control it. I mean, that could connect the two.
And that's where
Well,
the toxic
well,
chemicals
obviously-
get spilled, and that's where we get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, I'm just saying, there's potential. Man.
Oh my God, there's so much room for improvement here.
Yeah.
So with John Connor now, we're gonna try to push the story just a little bit forward here. With John Connor being security staff a year later, you say it's successful, and you said there might have been rumors of someone dying or an arm bitten off, but as far as the general media is concerned, successful first year.
Absolutely. They're even in talks with opening a second one in China.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Disney World and everybody else is scrambling to film.
Like fuck your stupid roller coaster rides when you can go see a real live dinosaur fucking doing what dinosaurs do and eat shit
Having
off a
3
tall tree.
horns and shit.
Yeah, having 3 horns and shit.
Next.
Having long ass necks, man. Yeah, I've never seen someone with such a long ass neck. Giraffes are a thing of the past.
It's long necks
It's
now.
long necks
We feed
now.
these things giraffes. Except those are omnivores. I'm not talking herbivores. Whatever. You know what I meant.
Yep.
So John Connor's part of the security staff. I love where this is going, by the way. This is super successful in my mind. John Connor is part of the security staff. And something obviously has to happen. It has been mentioned since the beginning of the episode that there are sinister overtones to this whole park being open. Obviously, Oscorp wants to rule the science world. What does John Connor find in Jurassic Park's underbelly to be like, man, to turn him on to realizing that he's it's not only responsible, like the man is and the man being the overarching government is corrupted. What does he find in Jurassic Park's underbelly?
You start seeing like.
Are they abusing? Are the general staffs abusing the dinosaurs? Does John Connor go fucking like civil rights activists and go, we have to free the dinosaurs?
No. I think he starts seeing shit go missing.
Missing that.
It starts looking like he sees a computer open one day and just looks and just notices some weird like coding.
Coding activity. I think it'd be cool. All right, if he is told to like clear a certain sector of civilians, and then private companies are being walked through and they're looking at new dinosaurs.
He's walking the escort,
escorting new, and they're unnamed, of course, because we can only introduce a single concept per episode.
That's true. But you start seeing like all these dinosaurs that look less dinosaur-y and more like enhanced current animal.
Yeah, so there's more than just dinosaurs, and you know what he probably also finds, which basically solidifies that Oscorp is corrupt as fuck. So if there's a ratio between a corruption of 1 and then as fuck has to be U.S. government level.
The U.S. government is one fuckery.
Yeah, one fuckery away from being as corrupted as Oscorp is at this very moment. So, and he actually sees bidding wars for dinosaurs and their exhibits.
Oh, God. That's perfect.
From private owners. And then that introduces a brand new concept for any time we want in the future. But there are people bidding on dinosaurs. Could you imagine?
Of course they want their own private dinosaur in their mansion.
Of course they do. Or for their own sinister gains. Like, think about all the comic book villains that start off with going, man, that's a great dinosaur you have, but I'm going to make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to make it the apex predator, bitch.
Oh, man. That's exactly what happens.
So that's exactly what happens. All right, I'm going to move that to the table as my official vote. John Connor becomes security staff in order to dig in deep to the underbelly of Oscorp. Finds out it's corrupt as fuck, by him finding like secret black market bidding wars on dinosaur exhibits.
I
I
second that motion.
All right, it's confirmed. John Connor is a security guard
For Jurassic Park.
So John Connor finds out that the shit's corrupt, and the dinosaurs are being bidded on, and of course, Oscorp is slick as shit. When one exhibit gets purchased, they replace it with a brand new exhibit. Hundreds of dinosaurs. They don't give a shit if one goes missing. And
working on aquarium exhibits.
yeah, like
promising future growth.
dude, imagine there's some old sleazy fuck in his castle with a moat going, man, I need myself a fucking large ass dinosaur to protect my castle from the darn kids across the road getting on my lawn.
Those damn kids.
Those dangle kids.
You just hear.
It's just the roars.
Instant pain.
I really thought you were about to throw out like, I need a fucking sharp tooth
I was gonna say.
to guard my lawn.
I just have to look at a bunch of like dinosaur names and school both of you on
like,
the next episode.
like a megalodon swimming through the moat.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dude, megalodons are. They would be working on a megalodon. Like, 100%.
Like the water sector, like
oh
the
my God.
aquatic sector. Definitely work on megalodon.
This is the part of the podcast where Al pretends to know what a megalodon is.
No, it's a giant fucking shark, you piece of shit. I know that because I watch YouTube about that. Boom! Drop the mic, which is the pencil.
There you go.
So, going forward, he finds this corruption, and what is John Connor's next move here? He's a little cog in a much larger, more complicated machine. And you want to know real quick? Don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to reiterate and pat myself on the back for choosing John Connor as our hero because he's not smart. You know what I mean? He's not like technologically advanced in the way of how machines work or how technology or coding is done. Even he doesn't know what Linux is, right? Doesn't know how to get through that shit. So when he sees all this complex shit, he realizes he needs help in order to take this down. He can't do it by himself. He can shoot a gun like a motherfucker. He can lob grenades, right? He knows close quarter combat.
He needs a nerd.
But he needs a nerd.
He needs a nerd.
He needs a nerd. All right. So what is his next move? He doesn't understand any of this shit. He can go kill dinosaurs all day long. And I imagine there's this scene where he's walking down a dark hall with his fucking flashlight and his pistol and his fucking holster, right? And then he hears some tin can shit moving. He turns around. It's a velociraptor. He has like this hand-to-hand fight, holding the jaws open with his hands, and he fucking throws it through the ground and shoots that bitch. And he's like, man, the dinosaurs are ran loose. Is this an experiment? Are we seeing? Is Oscorp purposely leaving Velociraptors exhibits open during the night to go see how they hunt humans instead, and they're monitoring that shit? That I feel like that's something they would do to see how the dinosaurs would hunt other species outside of their own, you know?
Yeah, he got caught snooping around and
yeah.
All right, so he's got to find himself a scientist that's on the up and up.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Like he has these cool ass action scenes, but these action scenes mean nothing without depth.
A young intern at the genetic division named Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Trying to think if there's a better person.
Yeah,
but
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker's a pretty damn good one.
He interns with Oscorp on the up and up.
Off a scholarship.
No, that's true. Off the scholarship, yeah. Damn. All right, so he gets Peter Parker.
I like that.
Or
yeah.
okay, just to try and fuck this world up.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't find Peter Parker. Maybe John Connor finds. You ready for this? Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy fucking Neutron. Intern at Oscorp.
Cletus Cassidy before his mental break.
Hold on.
So wait, our options are Peter Parker, Jimmy Neutron, or a fucking serial killer, Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, but it's before his mental break. Like, he finds out people are getting eaten by dinosaurs and it pisses him off. It's like, I'm gonna go start shaking innocent people
I am not gonna go through and allow. Okay, so is Jimmy Neutron.
I'm just saying.
Is Jimmy Neutron like boy genius or like is he an adult now, interning and shit?
Well, he would still be a genius then. He would just be.
Oh wait,
he's gonna be boy genius.
He can be a boy. He's got.
His
head's bigger than his whole body.
All right, then we have to verge away from Jimmy Neutron. If we can't have Jimmy Neutron, boy.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron needs to be entered in when Dexter comes in.
Dexter, yes. Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest was about dinosaurs, right? There were dinosaurs in Johnny Quest.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
He's a smart kid.
I feel like I would love to go Peter Parker, but not. I feel like we're that'd be.
There's gotta be somebody that we're
There has
missing.
to be somebody that we're missing. You know what? No, I got it. I'm gonna put it to the floor. All right. A final concept for episode 1. John Connor needs someone with the up and up, right?
Yeah.
For espionage, right? Because
You're not
someone
about to
who's
throw
smart.
Archer into the shit. You're
No,
not throwing Archer in.
even better. April O'Neil. She's part of the media, and she's the only one that believes that Oscorp is corrupt, which leads Connor to see her on TV go, man, I could use you because I know they're corrupt as fuck. I have proof, but no one believes me. So he brings April O'Neil in Jurassic Park with him to go check and scope this shit out.
Oh, shit. I love where you're going with this.
Yes, because
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it so much. I would like to second that motion for April O'Neil.
April O'Neil, because
To
she's
be John
perfect. Because
Connor's
she's not a superhero. She's not OP. She doesn't ruin this world with like Peter Parker. If we have Peter Parker come in, we're gonna make him Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Or not?
What if we did make him Spider-Man?
Well,
I'm
but
just saying.
he's
Well, he's just a punk bitch.
Well, and then he's such a punk bitch. Then no one cares about him because his uncle's dead, man. That's all. That's
He's
all.
a nerd.
He's a sad person.
He's a
Still a nerd.
He's a nerd. But April O'Neil's also a nerd. But at least she's sporty. And I'm not talking about the Megan Fox April O'Neil. I'm talking about hardcore from the original TV series, yellow jumpsuit,
Red hair.
red hair, fucking strutting sexy.
What the
April
fuck she know
O'Neil.
about genetics?
She,
though?
motherfucker, dude. We're gonna introduce the Ninja Turtles in this
She
shit
gives some
eventually.
Ninja Turtles some hand jobs.
No,
Oh my
she
God.
doesn't have to.
Genetic
That's
fucking
what
mutation.
makes her perfect. She doesn't have to know about the entire up and up, but she can help blow this thing out of proportion. She can help the fucking throw Oscorp under the bus and prove. Because if we're gonna go with this in the long run, Osborn's gonna run for president, and she doesn't want this corrupted man to become the most powerful being in the fucking known world.
I'm still
April-
on the fence about it.
April O'Neil, man.
I don't.
It'd be perfect. Because then we're not being
It doesn't have to
sexist.
be Peter Parker.
But we're introducing a female lead and a male lead, and they're not overpowered.
Well, then you could do like Felicia Hardy or Gwen Stacy or.
But no, we've already introduced Oscorp out of the
Are
Marvel
you guys familiar
universe.
with the, it's pretty, or I guess not super lesser known Spider-Man character, Alistair Smythe? Are you familiar with him?
Yeah. Alistair
I was
Smythe, wait,
watching
hold on.
The cartoon like today. I watched like 2 seasons of it already, and
Alistair Smythe. He would be. He's not super on the up and up though, I guess, because he works with Fisk
Allison
so much.
Smythe.
Allison Smythe.
Make Alistair Allison.
We get some
Gender
parallels.
bending.
Yeah, gender bending stuff.
I mean, I guess nothing can be ruled out. Like, we can gender bend a character if we want. I guess there's no rule necessarily.
Yeah,
about
I mean
that.
you're right. I don't want to be sexist at all. So
I still like April O'Neil. It leaves it open for tons of things, tons of stuff.
Well, so viewers, here's our first viewers. This, I guess, listeners would be the more
Listeners, yeah.
correct. Wow.
When you're viewing a screen, I guess it's presumptuously pink.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Listeners/viewers. Here's our first question for you then. Who do you think would be the most appropriate nerd or reporter, somebody on the up and up
Yeah.
for John Connor to partner with to take down Oscorp?
Yeah, like, and don't you fucking dare throw in something ridiculous like, oh, we need Goku in this bitch for no apparent reason.
Goku would be so fucking useless right now.
Right now. But no, Bulma wouldn't be a
Oh,
bad
Bulma
suit.
would be brilliant. Yeah.
that
Bulma might be.
super genius woman,
The Capsule Corp gets thrown under the bus by Oscorp.
and she's pissed about it.
Oh, but then
And
you got
gives her-
Capsule Corp, which
gives
would
her
lead
a
into
reason to wanna
Pokeball.
turn
Like
on.
it's a whole, it's a multi-episode
yeah,
idea
it's
that we need to
can of
explore.
worms. All right, so I'm just gonna closing statements that I like where Thompson's going with this. I put into the floor April O'Neil. I think that'd be perfect. Perfect, because she already knows that Oscorp's corrupt. She's the perfect partner for John Connor to explore the underbelly of this corrupted world, and having this like insightful kind of tomboyish like female lead would help us move these two pieces on this board that we're creating. She knows it's corrupted. She wants to blow this out. She wants this is her chance to make a big story, but eventually she finds love in it, as she always does. She's gonna realize that blowing Oscorp out of proportion is gonna like lead to the deaths of loved ones, and we can help her go. We can move her through this story as we see fit. Having someone like Peter Parker in there, he's too smart. He's too smart. He can already build web slingers, bro.
I'm just saying.
Here's my recommendation.
All right, my recommendations: April O'Neil.
My recommendation, fucking Velma. from Scooby-Doo. What the fuck is up?
Charlie from Supernatural, the redheaded chick.
Ooh, that's also a good one.
Cause she already has
Velma?
Velma.
shit.
Fucking Velma,
Velma.
dude.
I'm not against that. I think that's not bad because that's smart. She's smart and she questions bullshit when she sees it.
Mm-hmm.
She has a fucking cool ass like what is that catchphrase? Jinkies. Man.
I think that
Velma.
Velma's
I'd go for
my
Velma.
vote.
Yeah.
I could go for Velma.
Velma's pretty legit. Velma's a fucking good one.
But well, we'll see what our listeners
Yeah,
think.
we'll take it up. April O'Neil. Velma is Thomas's official entry. Who's your official entry?
I forgot what I said. What was
You said a lot of stuff.
I was just trying to think of somebody, but like I don't know, just somebody like a nerdy female. Like I think somebody more scientific, like somebody that can be more like not necessarily a journalist or a reporter. That's my like I don't like that she's just a journalist. Like what would she be doing there other than like,
trying to
Snoop?
yeah, there's a Snoop.
But somebody should already have access to the inside and like John
Connor is her one-armed man.
I'm listening, but Connor's in there and he hears her disgruntled and he's like.
But no one believes him, man. So he has to go to the one person who's trying to publicly bring it to fucking
That's
light.
what I'm saying. That's how he comes to the realization that snap. He's like, I got a nerd now. You know, like she's pissed off about something that they're doing. And I overheard.
Velma's just gonna think that these are people in dinosaur suits.
I don't think these are real dinosaurs
Yeah.
at all.
And she's gonna go up to a velociraptor and goes, "This was Mr. Osborne all along." Tug on its fucking neck, and it's gonna eat her.
However, I think in the new Scooby-Doo show, Mystery Incorporated or whatever the fuck it's called,
Mystery-
like they're actually dealing with like legit monsters.
They are,
legit
yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah,
So
they do that all the
we
time.
can pull that Velma,
Yeah,
and
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter.
so she doesn't like insta die.
Like, creepy.
It doesn't like instant. I like April O'Neil, Velma. You're up. Better
You
up.
threw out like Gwen Stacy,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Peter Parker.
I'll say I'll go with Charlie from Supernatural.
Charlie from
So what's your
Supernatural.
argument? You have the floor.
Like she's super smart, like expert hacker. She's been in dire situations before. She's been against Leviathans, which in that universe was the ultimate hard thing to kill so far. She's tough. She's had her arm snapped and was still able to stop Dick Roman from taking over the world, from being president. Like she's already stopped somebody from taking over the world.
That is pretty badass. I mean, you never see Velma breaking her arm and then keep going with the adventure.
Yeah, but Velma, I mean, she's.
I feel like she would.
Yeah, she's. Well, actually, real quick. Okay, hold on. All right, since we're throwing in saving the worlds and shit, we're hypothetical universes in our thought bomb, right? In a hypothetical universe, Charlie saves the world, right? In a hypothetical universe, fucking April O'Neil also helped save the world from Shredder and the Technodrome 100 million times.
Oh my
But on the scale that Charlie did, that's what I'm saying. She wasn't. April O'Neil just so happened to discover she wasn't in the mix. She didn't help design it. She doesn't know the creeks and crevices that could help John Connor out. If you say Charlie was there,
And that makes her cool. She could learn about it, man.
It's
She-
Velma's job to unravel
Conspiracies,
conspiracies, man.
But it's April's job to exploit them and to fucking reveal the truth.
All right.
And plus Charlie's.
Plus, may I happen to add that she also has a badass group of fucking mutant ninja turtles.
Velma's got a fucking talking dog.
She has 4 talking turtles, bro, who can speak in full sentences without using the hard R.
Charlie's been to Oz.
Ruh-roh.
Charlie's been to Oz.
Charlie's been to Oz. That's a sound argument. Well, actually, the Yellow Brick Road is a very real and dangerous
She
thing.
helped defeat the wicked
Let's put a
witch.
foundation out there. Real
Right.
quick, for every $1 you guys spend on the charity, we will match that $1 to go towards the Yellow Brick Road Foundation to help Munchkins reach the Emerald Castle.
It's
to
really
get their
just a
wish from
shame
the
that they haven't
wizard.
gotten there yet.
They haven't gotten there yet.
Break your arm,
I bet
break yourself
90% the Munchkin wishes to be taller.
The other 10% wish that everyone else was shorter.
Hard times for the people in Oz these days. So, I think with that, the motions to the floor. Put them up. April O'Neil, Velma from the Mystery Inc., and Charlie from Supernatural. All right. So how are we gonna do this then? If they vote,
I don't know.
right? If they vote, I guess
if
the
they
most
vote,
one.
we'll whoever gets the most votes, we'll revisit next week.
Whoever gets the least votes gets.
And that's whoever gets the most votes. That's who you argue for. That's your concept for the next episode.
Absolutely.
All right.
Fair enough.
And then you'll
argue
yeah.
tooth and nail.
Tooth
for
and
Velma.
nail.
She
and
belongs
argue.
here. She belongs in this world.
This was very. We actually didn't reach a really fork in the road to the absolute end of the
Yeah,
episode.
that's pretty brilliant.
John Connor needs a partner. We don't want to see this whole thing unfold with just John Connor on the screen. I mean, he is a sexy piece of ass, but
Not as sexy as Velma.
not as sexy as April O'Neil.
I guess that is fair. Like April is
Depends which
far
one.
sexier than
Well, the live action actress for Velma in the second Scooby-Doo movie, I didn't realize.
watched the second Scooby-Doo movie.
I did.
I
I watched.
did.
I watched.
What the fuck?
I watched.
I was a kid once, man.
That was a kid once. When Scooby-Doo was live action, you're like, Mom, come on.
No, not after that first one. After that first one, I was like, fuck
First
this.
one,
wasn't
serious?
bad. It
That
was
wasn't
cute.
bad. It was
The
cute.
first one was.
It was weird that the guy who plays
messed up.
Mr. Bean was the bad guy and ended up being Scrappy. It was a weird. Can you imagine bringing that to the table? Like, all right, the big twist: Mr. Bean is Scrappy Doo. And
Fun
he's
fact: the first Scooby-Doo movie, M. Night Shyamalan wrote it. That's where that twist comes
Is
from.
that real?
No, that's not
Oh,
fucking real.
My brain was like,
My mind.
it's like, like M. Night Shyamalan had a one-hit wonder, and that was that.
Unbreakable.
Hold on.
It was
Unbreakable.
Yeah, Unbreakable.
The
Was
Sixth
incredible.
Sense.
Actually, have you seen
Village? The Lady in the Mist.
Split?
I haven't seen
Incredible.
Split.
Split's
Incredible.
good.
They're
really
also
good.
making M. Night Shyamalan's doing a sequel to Unbreakable,
Yeah.
focusing on the character of Mr. Glass. But we're rambling. Listeners, please let us know what you think about.
One more time.
One more
Vote
time.
for it.
April. Okay, so my name's Al, and I'm putting in the vote. April O'Neil is John Connor's partner. All right. My sound argument is that she is a reporter who fights for the truth and likes to exploit corrupted governments.
My name is Thomas. My vote is for Velma from fucking Scooby-Doo because Jinkies, she knows the right answer all the time.
I vote for Charlie for Supernatural. She's super smart, super tough.
And that's Antonio.
You did.
All right. You listen to Thought Bomb Pilot. All right, let's go watch a new episode of Rick and Morty.
Well, I'm not done.